earned the Excellence Award in Sales. She earned the trip to Punta Cana Plus. She earned that top 25 recruiters. She took her top recruiter to Chicago. She has a great cooking show. She does a ton of cooking shows. This girl likes to work hard. So sit back and relax. We're going to go to show mode and watch a master at work. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you, Sandy.
No pressure, Sandy. No pressure. No pressure.
I just want you guys to all know John Johnson owes me big time.
What I do.
Okay, well, they've asked me to try to show you a little bit of my show mode and how I do it, and I have to be honest with you, a lot of my shows are different. I do things differently depending on the crowd, depending how they're going to react with me. But as I walk in, honestly, I always hold all of my guest packs in my hand, and I always make sure that they're not sitting on the table and, you know, go grab one or whatever. I personally hold on to every single one of them, and I greet every single person. So once we're all ready to get started, I start by saying, does everybody have one of these in their hand? And they say yes, and I say, okay. Well, we're going to make a recipe for you tonight. We're going to make tonight what's called a chicken Alfredo soup. Has anybody ever had that before? Probably not. Okay. Well, we're going to do that, and we're going to start this before we do introductions, and I'm going to introduce myself and talk to you a little bit. We're going to get our chicken cooking, and we're going to do that in our rock crock. And this is probably a new product to all of you, because this, if you look inside of this, is actually a stone. But it doesn't look like a stone, does it? Because it has this beautiful finish on the inside of it. But this one piece right here will change your whole entire kitchen. This is going to be your power tool for your kitchen. This will replace 5 different devices. This is the only stone that Pampered Chef has that can go from the microwave, I can cook on the stove top, I can put it in my oven, I can stick it under my broiler, I can give it to my husband to take out to the grill. So this will replace 5 things. So you see that inside of here, I have 3 full-size chicken breasts, and I have no water, I have no nothing in here. I am going to put a little bit of our garlic and herb rub on here. I'm going to put this in the microwave, and I'm going to cook our chicken for 12 minutes. Okay? Now that I just said that to you, be honest with me. What's your first reaction when I tell you I'm putting chicken in the microwave? Rubbery, dry, hard, crusty, whatever. I'm going to show you that this is going to be beautiful. And you know, how many of you guys cook dinner on a regular basis? Okay. Do you take your meat out of the freezer in the morning when you're running out the door? No?
Yes, I do.
Yes. How many of you ever got home and went, oh my God, I forgot to take something out of the freezer? You can do the chicken in here frozen too. Do you believe that? Stick it in the microwave. It's still going to come out just as juicy as can be. Just add like 2 more minutes, okay? So I'm going to put this in my microwave for about 12 minutes while we do a few introductions. Okay.
Microwave.
You like that? Okay. All right. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Marie for having me into her home tonight. I want to introduce myself, too, since I haven't never met any of you guys. My name is Sandy Harrington. I've been selling Pampered Chef now for about 6 years, and I always get up in front of everybody and explain to you how I got to this point in my life, because a lot of people sit back and go, really, you wanted to be a Pampered Chef consultant when you grow up? Well, no, not really. I worked a full-time job for 22 years. I worked in a hospital laundry plant. It was 100 and some degrees. I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning every single day for 22 years, and I had 3 children that I had a nanny that was raising them, because I was working all the time. My husband was working all the time. And to be honest with you, the people that I worked with were less than, let's call them friendly, okay? Rotten group of people. I mean, I would get there in the morning, not kidding, but they were like talking about each other and fighting with each other. It's like, you guys, it's like 5 a.m. What the hell can be pissed about 5 a.m. in the morning? But they were, and they were fighting with each other. So I told my husband, I just want to get out and I want to meet some friendly people. I said, you know, I had no intentions of quitting my full-time job. I just want to get out and do something fun. So I started doing Pampered Chef because, first of all, I love the product, and second of all, I love to cook. So I did this along with my full-time job for a year, and after a year, me and my husband discussed, and we figured out that I could make as much money in 6 hours selling Pampered Chef that I could in 40 or 50 working in a plant. So needless to say, I wanted to raise my own children, so I walked in after 22 years and I told my plant manager I was quitting. He said, you can't quit. He said, you've worked here forever. And I said, I know that. I said, but you know what, I found something I like better. I work minimal hours, and can you tell me you're going to send me to Hawaii for free because I did a good job? And he looked at me and he said, you're going to Hawaii? I said, for free. So with that, he blessed and released me, and off I was going. So that's how I got to where I am today. But I want to learn a little bit about you. So let's start here, and I always say to them, tell me your name, how you know the host, And if you were to look at the person next to you, they have no idea what they're doing here. This could be a sex toy party for all they know. Tell them if they were to buy one thing in the catalog today that you promised they would love, tell them what it would be, okay? So we go around the room, and we do that, and everybody gets done doing that. By the time I get done doing all that, my chicken's done, okay? So now that we've got going, but I'm going to make this chicken Alfredo soup, but one of the things I'm going to ask you is you're going to taste this at the end. Be honest with me. Tell me what you really think. Do you like it? Would you add something? Would you take something away? Is it totally gross and you never put it on your table? Be honest with me, because some of the stuff that I make, I tweak from what you guys tell me. Can you guys do that for me?
Yep.
Okay, so let's get our chicken out of the microwave. Okay, hot pads usually. You're going to want to use hot pads. It's going to be hot. Now our chicken, I want to show you. Watch when I take the top off this. You guys think it's going to be dry, it's going to be rubbery, it's going to be hard. When I take this off and all the steam comes out, okay, I want to just show you that this is kind of like a slow cooker for your microwave. All of the steam keeps all the moisture in, so your chicken's not going to be dry. So at this point, I take it around and I show it to everybody, okay? The most skeptical person in the room always has to be the person that tastes it, okay? So now that I have my chicken all done, I'm going to chop it up. This is the only stone, though, that you do not want to use, like any knives or anything in. So I'm going to take my chicken out, and I'm going to put it in my plastic batter bowl. Does everybody have one of these? Yeah. What do you guys use this for?
Cake.
Pancake batter. Okay. Let me ask you this. Marie says pancake batter. How many of you guys have ever made pancakes in this, and you go to pour it on your griddle, and it slops all down the side? You guys know how to prevent that? Take a little bit of nonstick cooking spray. Spray it on here. When you pour it, it'll all go right back and you'll have no mess, okay? But did you guys also know that you can freeze inside of this, you can bake inside of this, you can store inside of this? This is the same exact glass that the windshield of your car is made out of. It's that thick and durable. And this is all etched on here. It'll never come off. They're going to be there. You know how you have the little red ones that flake off all the time? This is never going to do that. So I'm going to put my chicken inside of here, and I'm going to use the next product that I have to be honest with you, I think Pampered Chef totally misnamed. These are called salad choppers. I call them chicken choppers. Okay? They look like a pair of scissors, but this is actually a double Santuco bladed knife. I'm going to go right in here, and you guys would be surprised if I were to say to you, John, come and cut this chicken up for me. You're going to look at me and go, shut up, I'm not doing that. I can take these salad choppers and go right in here and go, and in a matter, if you guys time me about a minute and a half, this is going to be chopped up and shredded and good, okay? So I'm going to chop this all up, and they're all amazing. So when you show these, you'll sell a million, I promise you. So chop this all up, and then I take it over to show them exactly what I've done with it, and the most skeptical person, I make them taste it. And they're going to come and say, is it dry? Is it rubbery? Is it hard? Okay, you can do that too. So moving on to our next step, now that I have my chicken back inside of my Dutch oven, we're going to add some chicken broth. And we're going to open up a can with our Pampered Chef can opener. Does everybody own one of these? Tell me what's different about this can opener if I were to send you down to Walmart to get one. What's that? It works. There you go. It works. But our can opener is a little bit different than the ones you're going to buy in the store. First of all, this is the #1 product that people bring to me and say, it doesn't work. Because you know why? They're trying to put it on a can, like the old-fashioned can opener. This one you're going to put right on the top and turn it, and it's locked. You can pick the can right up. But what a lot of people don't know is cans in our store, they're glued on. Does everybody know that cans are glued on, the top of them? All of this does is breaks the glue. So you're going to go all the way around it until you feel it pop, loosen it, these little teeth are going to take it off, and then look at that one sharp edge. So if you have children or if you have pets at your house, you don't have to worry about them being harmed at all, okay? So we're going to add our chicken broth, and we need 14 ounces of chicken broth. So we're going to do that in our Easy Read measuring cup. These right here, you guys are going to notice I have my little spectacles on my head now. Turn 40, can't see anything anymore. Honest truth. Everybody else got that problem too? With these are beautiful because they come in a set of 3. The little baby one you're going to buy separately, okay? But the measurements are inside of here. The problem that I was running into is my arm just wasn't long enough anymore. I couldn't see anymore. With these, they're awesome because I can set them down, it's level, and I can read what I'm going to pour in there. So 14 ounces of chicken broth, we're going to pour in our pot, okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some onions. How many of you guys hate touching onions? Me too. So we're going to take our veggie wedger. Now you guys all know that we have a pineapple wedger, we have an apple wedger. This is a veggie wedger. This is pretty much for anything without a pit or a core in it. So you can put a potato, an apple, a lemon, a lime, anything like that right on here. This is very sharp, so you don't want to drop it in the bottom of your dishwater. And you're just going to put the onion on it, put it down, slice it up, and then for those people that don't know, an onion is a lot easier to peel once it's cut open, okay? So we're going to take that and we're going to chop up our onion. And how many of you guys own the food chopper? Everybody. Okay. Well, let me introduce you to the chopper's big brother. How many of you have ever seen this before? Look off, put it in here, squeeze it, scrape it off, and just take the skin and throw it away. So a little bit about garlic. You guys all know that garlic has absolutely no smell to it at all until it's crushed. There's about 450 different types of garlic. It's part of the lily family. And this one I have to share with you because I share at all my parties thanks to my friend Candace. Do you guys know how to pick out garlic in your store? I owe you this one. You pick out garlic, a fresh thing of garlic, like men pick out their underwear. White and tight. Okay? Seriously, if you go to the store and you find like a bulb of garlic and it's yellow or it's not firm, it's stale. You don't want to get it. You want it white and tight. So every time you guys walk by the garlic, you're going to think that fat blonde chick taught me. White and tight. And pick out white and tight. That's what you want to do, okay? So now that our garlic's in there, the next thing that we want to add to this, okay, is some broccoli. So we're going to take our broccoli, again, we're going to put it in our food processor, and then we're going to start mixing this up, because you know I can take our scrapers and I can put them inside of this pot, because what's different about our scrapers? Does anybody know? Silicone, okay? What's so special about silicone? It doesn't melt. This part of our scraper right here is safe to over 650 degrees. Did you guys know that? A lot of people have to run down and replace theirs every month or so. These will not be like that. The best part of our scraper, though, is they're not going to turn color. So I can stick it salsa, I can stick it spaghetti sauce, but the best part of all is this right here. It's all one piece. You will never be making cookies and look down and go, I'm holding a stick. And I have to tell you that I had a lady that was at one of my shows. She said, I've had the same set for 18 years, and this is what they look like. So you're not going to be replacing them. Again, it's like power tools. Our tools in our kitchen are like men's power tools in their garage. They spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, but we actually use them, okay? All right, the next thing we're going to add is some red pepper. Now, when we cut up a red pepper, do you guys all know, if I were to hand you this red pepper and say, cut this up for me, what's the first thing you do to it? Okay. You want to flip it over, and you're going to find dimples at the bottom of it. Stick your thumb in the middle, and say I only need half of this pepper. Pull it apart. If you take this half right here that still has the seeds and the stem intact, and take this side of the one you cut up, if you put this side back in your refrigerator, the pepper does not even know that it's been cut. This will last 3 times longer than this side because it has no idea that it's even been cut. Okay? So just never take the top off and seed it out. If you only need part of it, leave the seeds intact and chop it up. So we're going to chop up our red pepper, and we're going to do that with one of our forged cutlery knives. Now, does anybody own any of our knives at all in the book? Any of them? Yeah. Okay, the most common question that I get is, Sandy, I don't understand. You've got quick cut paring knives that cost $2. You got the middle of the row here, you got these green colored ones, and then you have the forged cutlery. What's the difference? The best analogy that I give people is with the 3 knives, like the quick cut paring knives, those are kind of like your paper plates. Those are going to be like something that you use, I mean, not once and throw away, but they're not going to last you forever, okay? Our color-coded knives are kind of more like your Corral dishes. These are for the people that are like everyday cooks that cook for their family. They're not professionals. They're a lighter knife, but know that our forged cutlery too are going to be have the blade exposed so you can sharpen them. And then we go more to like our forged cutlery. These are kind of like your china, your fine china. These are going to be your fine china because, first of all, you guys notice too that everything I pick up a Pamper Chef that has any sharp edges have a cover on it. Everything, right down to the apple wedger, all the way down to the $2 quick cut paring knife, have covers on them, so you don't have to worry about that. But these are the German steel full tang knives. These ones you will never replace. If you buy our knives, they have a lifetime warranty. You will never replace them. Okay, so that's the best analogy I can give you about the knife. So we're going to put our red pepper in there. We're going to add everything in here, and we're going to get this on the stove to boil. We're going to do this with our boil over no more. Okay. A lot of people look at this and go, but how many of you guys have ever put on a pot of potatoes, pot of noodles, went to answer the phone, and heard, oh crap, that's a half-hour cleanup job. Okay, that won't happen if you put this on our pot. When you put it on there, just put it on and walk away. This will boil dry before it will boil over, okay, because all of your excess is going to come up here, all that foamy, boily stuff you see. But what's nice about this, if you're one of those people that like a product that gives you more bang for its buck, this works perfectly for a boil over no more. But if you take this slower and you flip it over, now you put it in your microwave. It's great to cover up stuff. All of the steam escapes. There's no mess in your microwave because you know your kids and your husband don't cover up anything when they put it in the microwave, do they? So leave it in there. They have to pick it up to use the microwave, so they're going to cover it up. And then when you're ready to boil a pot, just flip it over, and it's ready to go. Okay? All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring that to a boil, and we're going to let that go for a couple of minutes. And then when it finishes up, we're going to come over here and we're going to grab our microplane adjustable grater. Does anybody own this?
Oh, I love it.
Love it? What do you use it for, honey?
Parmesan,
Parmesan cheese.
all the dry cheeses,
And what's the difference with this one than any other grater?
chocolate, nutmeg.
Use it for
It fits on the top of bowls and the stuff goes right inside where you want it to go.
Okay. And you use Parmesan cheese. So if I were to take a piece of Parmesan cheese this big, literally this big, I can do my whole entire family of 5 spaghetti. You will get a mountain with it. And a lot of people think, no, you won't. So I wrote it and they're like, wow. But if you buy fresh Parmesan, you know it's not cheap, and you're going to make one dish with it. A lot of people say, well, what do I do with the rest of it? Stick it in the freezer. Do you know that this will grade frozen Parmesan just as well? It'll do frozen chocolate chips, everything right through here. But what's nice about this is I can go over top of my pan, I can turn this and go over top of a bowl too. Okay? So we're going to let that boil for just a couple minutes, and then we're going to take a little bit of basil. We're going to snip that up with our kitchen shears. Does everybody have a good pair of kitchen shears in their kitchen? Am I boring you?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. So with our kitchen shears, with our kitchen shears, though, you're going to notice too, if you guys have ever noticed, there's a lot of products and you're thinking, well, gosh, I used to have those and they didn't have that spring in there. Okay. If you guys will look on the front of my sticker on my catalog, they have my website is on there, and you can go on there, and there's stuff called the outlet, and that's where they've changed the product, and all of this old stuff that maybe was your favorite, you'll find there. But a lot of people wanted the industrial strength kitchen scissors back again, so we went ahead and did that. You can cut everything from chicken bones with this. You can go all the way to just cutting up your kids' pizza with this. But how many of you guys have ever had like a dull pair of kitchen scissors? Wad up some aluminum foil, chop them up, and you're good to go. There's syrup again, okay? So our soup is ready, so we're going to let you guys have a taste of it, and we're like this. But you know, I got to stop for a couple seconds because, yeah, I know. After we did our introduction, before we started cooking, they wanted me to show you guys my pack too. So I'm going to show you this real quick, and then we'll eat, okay? But obviously I do this first, and I kind of skip this. But I asked everybody, do you have this in your hand? I want you to we're going to quickly go through this because a lot of people have not been to a Pampered Chef show in a while or have not had one. So obviously you're going to have your book that you're going to do your shopping from, okay? Please feel free to flip through this as I'm up here. You don't have to worry about, you know, me having all eyes on me at all the time. Stop and ask me questions at any time if you're on a page and you want to know something. And then if there's, you want to go to that outlet that I was just mentioning, if you want to pull my card out of here and take it home with you, on the website, on the outlet, stuff changes all the time. Up to 75% off that is half the time, and you can get good Christmas presents, shower presents. Just stick it on your computer when you're checking your emails and all that good stuff. And then in my pack here, you're going to find that thirst paper in here is what's called the host special. For those of you guys that have never been to a Pampered Chef party, going, what's a host special? A host special is basically a thank you gift. A thank you gift to the person having the party and the person that they booked it from. We always take care of our past hosts. So you're going to notice this month, Marie, you've got the best month of the year. You get double bonuses. You guys are going, what's that? Well, if you look down here, normally any other month of the year, a person that has a $650 party gets $115 in free stuff. But Lucky Marie, she gets $230. And then moving up, if you do a $2,000 show, normally she gets $215, she gets $430. But she's lucky duck today because, look, she gets to pick one of these 60% off too, okay? But as you're sitting in the audience, I don't want you to think I forgot about you. The next page is for you, just as a thank you for you guys being here as guests today. Anybody who spends $60 or more, you're going to be able to choose one of our spatulas for free. So when you come up and your order's over $60, I'm going to be asking you which one you want. So you don't have to call Marie and say, you know, I got this and I really didn't order. It's a thank you gift from Pampered Chef. And then if you're one of those people that are sitting back in the audience calling Marie names because she's getting all free stuff, I've got room for you on my calendar too. And in February, they have like the best specials of the month. They have put together all of our famous stuff here, like our Rock Crock. That's on there with the silicone mitts, the deep cover baker with the salad chopper. So all different kinds of things that you get to pick from for just having a party in February. That would be your thank you gift. But remember, this is on top of all your free and half price stuff that you're going to get. And on the next page, I promise I'm close to feeding you, okay? I put this in my packs because a lot of people are sitting back and when I want to show, I got a list this long. My house is under construction. My husband's got it all tore up. Think about doing a Facebook show. How many of you guys are on Facebook? Pretty much everybody. How many of you guys have 200, 300, 500, 600 friends on there? A Facebook show is super easy. All you do is going to create an event. I'm going to put you down as the host, and you're going to invite all of your friends. Take about 10 days to do it. In 10 days, the party builds up, and you walk away with all the free stuff, okay? So that's another option to a cooking show if you just can't do one. Cooking shows are a lot more fun. They're probably going to generate better sales because people want to touch the stuff, but honestly, people want to eat. That's what they come for, okay? And then last but not least, and then the soup is going to be ready. This is a thing that you don't see in my hometown of our state of Michigan right now, and that's a help wanted. There are no jobs out there right now. You're always hearing about how people are standing around waiting for jobs. Pampered Chef is always hiring. Pampered Chef has room for everybody. If you're one of those people that only want to work one night a week, if you're one of those people that want to work 5 nights a week, we've got room for you, okay? A lot of people sit back, though, and go, yeah, right, but I can't make any money doing Pampered Chef. And I get that a lot, and I want to show you on the very last page, if you look, this is seriously one of my very first paychecks when I started doing Pampered Chef. And I'm going to be honest, I make more than this now. I'm a director. I've moved up a little bit. But this is one of my checks for working 12 hours. It is $893. So if you're one of those that are sitting back in the audience and you're saying to yourself, wow, if I left the house 1 night a week for 2 hours, I could pay my car payment. If I left the house 2 nights a week, I could pay my house payment. If I left the house 3 nights a week, you could do exactly what I did. You'd be able to quit your full-time job. If your goal is to raise your own children, if your goal is to find a whole different career like I did, Pampered Chef's got room for you. And there's lots of different ways to get started. If you will pull this out of here, you can take a peek at it. You can take a look at the kits. And please ask me questions. I don't want you to sit back and not ask because I would love to help you, and I don't want you to think that you're on your own. I will go to your first show with you. I'll do it with you. You'll still be the host. You'll get all the free products. It's a beautiful thing. It could change your life just like it changed mine, okay? And then, this is my wish list. That's going to be your wish list. There's 3 different sections on here. Now, you are invited to Marie's party today. When you got that invitation in the mail, you're thinking, oh my gosh, great, a Pampered Chef party. I know I need this in my kitchen. I want you to take a couple seconds while I get everything finished up here and write 2 things down that you know as soon as you got that invitation that you needed. Now, it could be something as simple as scrapers, cookie sheets, whatever. Take a couple seconds. So then I give them a couple seconds to do that. Then I say, okay, now I'm going to start the show. We're working backwards. I'm going to show you lots of different products tonight. In the middle here, it says products that I thought Sandy showed me that was cool. I want you to write down stuff that I show you tonight because you're thinking, I never even knew anything about that. I never knew that's how that works. I want you to write down stuff that you want to see in your kitchen. And then last but not least, just remember, you're going to be taking this with you. This is yours. I want you to write products at the end that you still want, but you're not buying tonight. Okay? So you can take that home, and you're going to know these are still the products that you want to get from us. Okay? And then last but not least is your order form. So you can go ahead and fill that out. Please make sure that your email address is on there and all of your information. I'm not going to call you and bug you about having parties, I promise you. Just so that if anything ever happens with these products, sometimes it may, Pampered Chef has all of your receipts and everything right on record. Okay?